Hey Third Eye Tribe, and welcome back to Third Eye Tarot. So in today's video, we'll be exploring another one of the minor arcana cards in the deck of the tarot, and we'll be talking a little bit about the King of Cups. So the minor arcana cards in the tarot card reading are known to emphasize the daily events, behaviors, and choices made by an individual in their day-to-day lives. The cards are divided into 4 suits, and each suit contains 14 cards. So today we'll be diving into the last card in the suit of cups of the tarot, and that is the King of Cups. So in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, the King of Cups card shows a man sitting on a large stone that signifies his throne. He seems to be wearing a gold cape, which symbolizes deep authority and high status. A fish on a string is tied around his neck, which symbolizes his deep creativity. He also seems to be holding a cup in his right hand, which signifies to us his deep emotional aspects. The scepter in his left hand exhibits his deep power, and his gaze is also focused and fixed on the left side of him instead of on the cup, which symbolizes to us that he is in deep control of his emotions. The throne on which this man is sitting is floating on a block in the middle of the sea. On one side of him, a fish is jumping out of the water, while on the other side, there is a ship sailing in the distance. This here symbolizes to us his ability to be calm and composed in spite of being in the turbulence of the natural waves. He seems to be very balanced in both action and emotions, and resembles a very diplomatic person who can handle problems, take action, and has a very far-sighted approach to life. He is also a symbol of patience paying off if we decide to be tolerant towards our shortcomings. So when the King of Cups card appears during a tarot card reading, it symbolizes a person who has mastered his emotions, creativity, and subconsciousness. It signifies a time in which no emotions can overpower you or allow you to sink into a depression. It also signifies that even in the worst times, you are very calm, controlled, and focused. And your intellect and your smart thinking will help you make very good decisions for your future. It also symbolizes one who is very well connected with their intuitive voice, and this helps them think logically and understand the human interaction. It represents a leader who works towards achieving his goals, but also takes care of the happiness of those around him. He is a wise man, but also a great spiritual guide and a great coach. If this card appears in the upright position for a love-related reading, it does represent the card of a father, and this card usually brings with it a very good omen. It represents a time in which arguments with your loved one will end, and any disagreements will actually lead to long-term commitment and support from your partner. There will be lots of love and deep romance on the charts for you. For those who are single, it can represent a time in your life in which a potential partner might be ready to approach you, as this card appearing here in its upright position is actually one of the best cards to receive during a love reading and depicts someone entering your life with deep charm, romance, devotion, and loyalty. This person might be very mature and represent a possible father figure in your life, and someone who is very in touch with his deep emotional side as well. If this card is pulled in the upright position for a career-related reading, it can represent a time in your life in which an older person might offer you an opportunity to grow in your career, or perhaps a promotion to the next level. It symbolizes a time in your life in which you'll be able to deal with all career-related problems very easily and wisely, and learn the tactics that will help you in your future pursuits. It symbols a time in which you'll be liked and respected by your fellow workers, and a time in which you'll find deep balance in your career, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. If this card is pulled in the upright position for a health-related reading, it does symbolize a time in which great healing is on its way, and a time to go out and treat yourself. It also represents a time in your life in which you are deeply in tune with your inner emotions, and a time in your life in which you are able to find deep balance and harmony in your mind, body, and soul. So now I want to talk a little bit more about this King of Cups card in the reverse position during a tarot card reading. So when this card appears in its reverse position during a reading for you, it might symbolize a time in which you are deeply focusing on your own inner emotions. It can symbolize a time in which you have gone deep and started to analyze all the traumatic responses and pain associated with those emotions that you are carrying from the past. It symbolizes a time in which you might be in constant struggle to control your feelings, and that is restricting you from the freedom of living your best life to the fullest. This card appearing here in its reverse position asks you to seek help and try to balance your emotional side with the world and the positivity that exists in it that is surrounding you. For others, it can also symbolize a time of throwing emotional tantrums and a time in your life in which you are deeply lacking self-love and also punishing yourself by keep digging up all the pain and anxiety from your childhood and your past. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a love-related reading, it can symbolize a time of deep emotional instability and endless problems in your current relationship. Those who are in committed partnerships might be experiencing some ill treatment from their partner, or a time in which cheating, disloyalty, abuse, or violence has suddenly consumed you and your partner in this relationship. For those who are single, it can actually indicate an affair with an already committed man or an already married man who is usually very old in nature. It can also symbolize a time in your life in which you might be facing some sort of abuse in someone that you're dating, or a very manipulative nature from someone that you would like to pursue in love. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a career-related person, it can symbolize a time in which you might be facing some deep irritation and disharmony in the workplace. A particular work colleague or perhaps a boss, who will most likely be male, has set out on hurting you emotionally and mentally. The trouble that this individual might be putting you through is likely to make you feel very drained and experience many creative blocks on the work front. But this card appearing here in its reverse position asks you to stop, go deep within, and regain your creativity and connect to your deep passions. If this card is pulled in the reverse position for a health-related reading, it can symbolize a time in which your deep emotions are negatively impacting all aspects of your life. It might symbolize a time in which you are deeply submerging yourself in drugs and alcohol just to get away from the deep emotions that are haunting you. But this will affect your health drastically and actually do further harm and prevent you from getting away from a much more balanced and happier life. So in its reverse position, it asks you to stop, push the reset button, and try to make good choices to get to a more healthier, happier you. If you do need to seek counseling or get rid of any past traumas, rather do that instead of trying to numb out the pain of the past. And so that was all I have to say about the King of Cups tarot card. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you found the video very interesting and informative. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with some of your friends in the tarot community. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care and bye for now.